Hey there YouTube, this is SJM4306 back with another review video. This time we're looking at another product from this company named Boean? Boean. I don't know how to pronounce exactly. Anyway, they've sent me a few products in the past. I believe one was a smartwatch, and I forget what the other product was. This is their third suck of the salve, so to speak, in Dave's speak. And this is actually a 65 watt PD desktop USB charger. And what interested me about this was this is actually really cheap. Well, for what you're getting. Retails for I think about 40 bucks. It's currently on sale for 35 though, as of the date of filming. So hopefully I can get this video out quick so it's still on sale. But yeah, it's a 5-port output. It does PD, and yeah, I guess we'll just get into this. There's really not much on the packaging here. Yeah, you know what, just pop this open. You have a manual, which I don't know why you'd need a manual for a power supply, but okay. But yeah, and it's a tiny little thing, by the way. Did I mention it's like super dense? This is kind of in line. I don't think this is GaN. Well, it might be. I don't know. They don't mention anywhere on the literature what kind of technology this is using, but it is very dense. And for a 65 watt charger, this is actually very small. And it sort of has like a nice kind of Apple-like design. Looks like one of the small desktop Macs. But yeah, we have the charger itself here. Yeah. And then we have, oops, the cord, which is just one of these figure 8 cords, so standardized, which I like. And the fact that it's removable, so you can replace it with a longer cord, or if this one gets damaged, it's easy to replace, so that's good. The cord itself is pretty short. It's only about 2 to 3 feet. Maybe about 2.5 feet, something like that. So it's not particularly long, so in that case you probably will want to replace this, unless if you're sticking this right near an outlet. But I have plenty of these cords, so definitely that is possible. Now, the cord itself only has 2 pins, so there is no grounding. There's no third pin on the receptacle, so they can't ground it that way. So yeah, if we look here, we can see the Type-C port is capable of the full 65 watts. And this is useful for things that suck quite a bit more power, like laptops. I have a tiny little mini hot plate that would be happy working off of 65 watts. I've seen like USB soldering irons that can pull that kind of wattage. So yeah, like larger things will use that. And it's conveniently a Type-C connector. All the other ports are Quick Charge 3. And here you can see 20 watts max on this one, 20 on this one, and the 2 front ones are limited to 15 watts max. So these are going to be things for charging like smartphones. So yeah, you can get away with, as long as the sum of all power drawn is less than 65 watts, you're good to go. You can charge multiple tablets or smartphones at once at full speed. So yeah. We can see the label on the bottom here. Let's see if it gives us any interesting information. So this is a dual wattage input. So it goes from 100 all the way up to 240. So you can run this pretty much worldwide, 50, 60 hertz. It says, yeah, they give all the different voltages for each of the outputs that it's capable on. It's a PD, so it can do all different voltages. It can do 5 volts, at 3 amps, 9 volts at 3 amps, 15 volts at 3 amps, 20 volts at 3.25 amps. That's for the Type-C port, and the other ones can do 5 volts, 9 volts, and 12 volts at 3, 2, and 1.67 amps, respectively. Yeah, so that's actually really cool that they give you exactly what all the different outputs are. But yeah, this is actually super dense. I like the little rubber footy. Nice thick plastic. I could hurl this at someone and it would probably knock them out cold. But yeah, and that's all we get in the box. Just like a little warranty card, and that's it. So yeah, what does your 35/40 bucks get you? Let's plug a bunch of things into this and get my USB analyzer out and see what the output capability, if it really will match. I don't think I have anything that can pull quite 65 watts in one go, but I know my laptop does up to, I think, 40 or 50 watts. So we can definitely plug that in. Okay, cool thing, I just plugged it in, and yeah, there are actually little lights for each of the ports to show that it's plugged in and it's active. So yeah, and they're kind of matching green turquoise color to the actual ports themselves. It's a nice touch. Sorry for this awkward shot. I only had a short USB-C cable that I had lying around. But yeah, I have my giant power bank, which is like 30 amp hours or something crazy, plugged in, and yeah, I'm drawing 5 volts, so this apparently did not request a higher voltage, and it's outputting at just about 2 amps, so we're getting about 10 watts of throughput on this guy. Now, I did find a Type-C to Type-C port, so it is charging, guessing at a higher rate, but unfortunately, I just realized stupidly, I can't plug my my USB-C analyzer in because there's no Type-C port, and I'm actually just going to leave this plugged in to charge because this guy takes forever to charge at like at regular USB speeds at like 1 amp or even 2 amps because this is such a massive battery bank. Okay, and on the USB-C output, I have my MHP30 mini hot plate, and I'm just going to turn it on without burning myself. And I'm going to set this to the max temperature, which I think is about 300 C. And we're just going to see what the output is. Here you can see the voltage is 20 volts it's requesting. So it is negotiated that higher voltage. And so let's just see how long this takes to heat up. It's already hot enough that it would burn me if I touched it. So yeah, and luckily this has a timer on it as well. So 30 seconds to about 70 C. So now we're in the red. So this is about, not touching it, just putting my hand over it to feel the heat. Yeah, this is about good enough to actually solder with or desolder. So yeah, we're just closing in on just above 250 and it's 2 minutes now. So yeah, maybe a little bit slower than the other one. Give it about another like 20 or 30 seconds to reach target. So there we go, just under 2 minutes 30 seconds to reach 300, and it's overshot a little bit. So yeah, you can see here it's overshot a little bit and it's coming down. So yeah, it's regulating to 300. It took just under, like 1 second under 2.5 minutes at 20 volts. Pretty much in line. It's maybe a little bit slower than the GAN power supply that I tested, but it's definitely a lot quicker than just plugging this into like a normal USB power bank or adapter. So yeah, let's just shut this off. There we go. Gotta leave this guy to cool now. Now I can assure you this will take far longer to cool and reach like a safe touchable temperature than it did to heat up. Okay, and if I just zoom over here, I have a high-powered USB-C to C connector plugged into the 65 watt max center connection, and I have my laptop. So this is the final, probably the most power-hungry use I would use for a supply like this, and that is my laptop. And so here you can see I have about 96%, but if I do plug in a charger to this laptop that doesn't supply like at least 35 or 40 watts, the laptop will complain, and it'll say something to the effect of like slow charging is enabled, please plug in like an official 65 watt plus adapter, whatever. It'll complain basically. So this is actually a pretty easy test to see if this power adapter is going to supply enough current for this device. Now this is, I believe, charging at the higher voltage mode as well. So I believe it's like 20 volts or something. Yeah, let's just plug it in and see if it recognizes. It says it jumped instantly to 100%. Huh. That is interesting. It says power mode plugged in, best performance, fully charged. Huh. That is weird. So it's clearly not 100%, but as soon as I plugged it in, it jumps up to fully charged. Let's try a different port. Huh. I wonder if there's some kind of battery protection thing. I might actually have to let this drain a little bit. But the good thing, at least, I mean, it's clearly running and plugged in, and it's not complaining about like low power input. So unfortunately, if I had one of those USB-C analyzers that can do like quick charge analysis, it would tell me exactly what voltage this is set on and what current. I don't have one of those, so all I can tell you is that the laptop itself is not complaining. But yeah, that is weird. I've never seen that before, where it will just jump up all of a sudden to 100%. Then when you unplug it, it goes back to whatever. That's weird. Huh. So just as a double test, I plugged in this power bank, and yeah, you can see here this isn't capable. I believe this power bank can only do slow charging. It only does like 30 watts, I think, and that's not enough to trigger the fast charging on the laptop. So it does complain, and it has like a little warning symbol there. If I plug it back into this adapter, though, it charges normally. If I exit the warning from before, yeah. But yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if that's like some sort of bug in this laptop, where if you're above a certain percentage, maybe it won't try to overcharge the battery or something weird. But yeah, you can totally use this adapter to power like a modern laptop, because it does up to 65 watts, so that's plenty enough for like a portable laptop. So anyway, yeah, that was the last thing I wanted to check on this. I tested a number of things that are varying power levels and whatnot. And so yeah, this is actually going to be something I'm going to use. The fact that this will accept from like 100 to 240, I'm actually going to be going on a trip to Korea in the fall. So I'm actually going to bring this along as my main adapter, and then I can charge multiple other devices off of this, and I don't need a power converter. I just need the correct cord, which I'm sure my relatives have. So yeah, this is going to turn out to be very useful for me personally. Very well designed. It was cheaper than I thought it'd be for like a 65 watt, pretty beefy adapter. It's built well. So I know, yeah, if you guys are interested, I will put links to where you can find this. But anyway, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.